Priscali. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Rochester Hills, Michigan, and I am coming to you from my studio today, which is lovingly called the Rubber Room, because things get a little crazy down here sometimes, but it's always a fun crazy, which is a good thing. I'm just hopping on to make sure I'm in the right spot. This is a totally new thing for me. On Fridays, the first Friday of the month, beginning in January, we are going to be going live and doing a fun fold. So it's going to be called Fun Fold Friday. How about that? And it just so happens that this month, the team meeting that I went to shared a fun fold card. So we're going to actually be doing those cards. But a few little housekeeping things. The Sale-a-Bration catalog and the mini catalog, you can now order from them. These are live catalogs now, and they are amazing. They are so gorgeous. The things in here, this is the one we're going to be using today, and it coordinates with a stamp set that is in the mini catalog. And this paper is just absolutely breathtaking. It is so pretty. Oh, I love fun folds too. It's thanks for being here, Susie. It's fun folds are just, they add a little bit more depth, a little bit more creativity. I think they're just a lot of fun, and they're so easy to do. At least some of them are easy to do. But this one has great products in it, and they are free with a minimum $50 purchase or a minimum $100 purchase if you want to go to some of these in the back of the catalog. This one here, Beautifully Happy, is with a $100 purchase. And then this paper, which is 12 by 12 paper, and there are 48 sheets of paper in there, and they are beautiful pastel spring colors. So those are gorgeous, along with lots of stamp sets. And this, of course, is the best deal around. I have my little note about saving money if you love to save money. This is our starter kit special. And our starter kit, you can get the regular starter kit for $99 and pick $175 worth of merchandise, or you can grab this boho blue limited edition mini stamping machine by adding $30 to your starter kit. So your starter kit would be $129, and you'd get this machine in the blue, or you can pick the white and then add $175 worth of merchandise. And this machine is valued at $63. So that is a savings of more than 50%. And if you missed it this morning, I unveiled mine. Look how, isn't she pretty? She is just, I think, so stinking adorable and very lightweight. This little logo here is in gray, basic gray, and so are the side pieces. I think that that's so attractive, so pretty. And the boho blue is going to be one of our new in colors. So we get a little sneak peek at an in color, and it comes with all of the plates. These are the same plates that fit into our mini Stampin' Cut Emboss machine that's white. These are the same machines except for the color. So the dies will fit, the embossing folders will fit, and these plates will fit. And then you get the little instruction page too. So great little thing. And this is a perfect machine to cut the dies for the cards we're going to make today. And I'm going to sneak in two cards because these are cards that my upline shared with us at her team meeting. So all of my pieces are cut thanks to her helpers. And so that will make it go really fast for us. And then I will put the measurements on this post for you too. Here's just a couple of swaps that I have received so far using these. Oh boy, I can't get this out of the envelope. Okay, so I'm just going to take my scissors and cut this envelope. We do swapping at her team meeting, and so these are a couple of the swaps that used that paper. to do that, but the envelope was stuck right to the card. So we have this card, which she kind of fancy cut her flower. And then this is one side of the DSP, and then the other side over here. I think that's so pretty. Hi, Jan. You love the lemon look. This is kind of a treat to myself because we are going to be using the lemon theme at our upcoming catalog launch, and I saw these and they were so gorgeous and so springy, so you'll get to use one of these, Jan. I'm glad that you like it. So here's another one. This was from our team swap. Caroline Morgan made this one. And again, both sides of that gorgeous designer series paper. And then this one was made by Beth Kozik. And she used that designer series paper and cut a little piece out for this heart, which I really love this look. I would put some little words in there too. Or maybe a bow, some accessories on there. But it's just a beautiful, beautiful card. Super simple and easy to make. And then she cut out another little flower from there. It says, "My shoulder is yours." I think that's so beautiful. So this is going to be one of the stamp sets that I go to and use a lot. And let's see. She coordinated it with the Something Fancy stamp set and dies. Okay, you guys, this is a must-have. If you order nothing from this mini catalog but this, you will be, well, you won't be happy. But if you had to make a choice about dies to order from this catalog, this would definitely be a set that I would order. You can see I've been using mine. These three shapes layered together. And then you have these two here. You can cut out some leaves. There's a little, it's a little tulip with little leaves on the sides of it, a teardrop. These are to cut out the top parts of these tags with. Absolutely gorgeous. And they fit perfectly around these sentiments in this stamp set. So this is an amazing bundle. That was one of the first things that I added to my shopping list when I did my pre-order. And let me see. I think, yeah, she did a sample here. Let me just grab it so you can kind of see what I'm talking about with that tag. So the top of the tag, these are the leaves. So she used that die for the tag and then the inside die for the leaves on there, and which I think is gorgeous. Here is the little tulip. So again, the outside of the tag with the little tulip in the top, and then again, the little kind of hexagon shape. And here's one more. So we are going to be using a lot of those dies, and they just coordinate so perfectly with so many other stamp sets and images. But I am a sucker for a die that coordinates with some sentiments, and this is definitely my favorite from this catalog. Okay, the other one we're going to use is the Fragrant Flowers. Okay, and I love this little stamp right here. I think that's so pretty. And I love the big greetings. They're a little bit larger than some of the other ones. So, and they have matching dies. So you have this one, which will go on those words. And then these, which will cut these smaller words here. And then this one, which kind of goes with that. And then you have some leaves that you can put on when you stamp your flower. You can kind of use them to pop those leaves up with. And they also coordinate with, it's like that commercial. Wait, there's more. I'm gonna get these on some magnetic sheets so they're not sticking all over the place. They have two more, which coordinate with the gorgeous paper, right? It had to coordinate with that gorgeous paper. So this big die here coordinates right there. It even cuts out those like little two buds on the other side. So you can cut that out of the paper. And then this one does this little tiny flower. which I think is really cool. I love that little tiny flower, and it fits perfectly with a lot of these on the edges of a lot of those different dies that I showed you. So this paper is the big floral on one side, and then on the other side it's a geometric. So these are some gorgeous colors, but I love that background, that basic black background. Hi Nancy, thanks for joining us. Makes it kind of really pop. And then you have these corals and Blushing Bride. Absolutely beautiful. I had to cut my flower out of this one. So there should be a flower right there, but I had to use that for our card today. And then this one again, this might be one of my favorite pieces. I'm a purple girl. Purple and pinks are more so than I am the corals. But I do like the corals. And I love this one. These flowers look like they're just kind of nested in there amongst each other. It's just a beautiful, beautiful pattern. And so these are the other side and the little geometric patterns that we have. And these will coordinate with each other, like you can see from, was it Cheryl's swap card and Caroline's swap card, where they've used those to coordinate with the other side. So absolutely gorgeous. And when you're using this designer series paper, it makes your creating so much easier because it all coordinates together. It just kind of flows together. So I have a new toy I'm gonna try today for the first time. Okay, how do you guys like it? This was a Christmas gift at the one of the Christmas parties that I went to for our team, and I didn't get it, but I knew I needed it because my goal this year is to be more organized. I need to be more consistent and more organized. So this has all of the things I'm going to be using today. And my plan is, and you guys are going to have to hold me to this and help me out, my plan is after I use it to put it right back in here. So I'm not going, where is it? I just had it. So hopefully if I can keep myself organized this way, it will make it a much better experience for you. So without further ado, let's get started here. I'm going to take out my tape, and I'm going to use both tapes. So I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal Plus and my regular Stampin' Seal. Oh, and the other thing we're going to use are these opaque adhesive backed gems. If you guys haven't had a chance to go through your catalog yet, I think they have the best accessories that they have had in a mini catalog in a long time. There is in your catalog a little index. I'm like all over the place today. I'm so excited about this. So you can see the embellishments. They're on page 87, and there's all of the new things in this catalog that are gems, and they have these milky dots that are just gorgeous. These adhesive back studs, which are very, very regal. All kinds of really great, these essentials are like black and crumb cake and white, which you know white. You can make any color you want using your Stampin' Blends. So, and these go with these are sticker icons, enamel sticker icons. And they go with a set on page 59. I'm so glad I can share this catalog with you guys now. And this is a masculine set that is, well, it doesn't really necessarily have to be masculine, but more of an outdoor activity kind of set. So you have these dies, which have tents in them and trees and bicycles and hikers and all kinds of great activity things. And then these are the little stickers that coordinate with them. They have little bonfires and a compass. So very, very cool. And then they even, of course, have some great paper too that matches that. So I encourage you to use the index when you're looking for specific things. It just makes it easier. Although I love to just browse through the catalog and look at all the different creative ideas and inspiration. But one of the other things they have are these blending brushes, storage, and the tools. So new to this catalog are these little blending brushes. So they're mini blending brushes, and they're called small blending brushes. You get a set of 3 of them for $11.50, and you can kind of see the difference in the small ones and the ones we have now. So the ones in the back are the ones we have now, and then the ones in the front are the small ones. And then we also have this great little storage container for them. So very, very cool. Lots of new things in this catalog, and some things you're going to be able to order in photopolymer or clear matte. So let's see if I can find some of those real quickly here. Yep, okay, so on page 18, this stamp set called Lighting the Way, you can order it in either photopolymer, which is down here, which is kind of the clear, or you can order in the cling mount, which is that red rubber. So the cling is the red rubber and the photopolymer is the clear. And you'll be able to tell the stamp sets where you have a choice because they have the little CP up here in the top in gray in boxes. So that gives you the option to order whichever one you like. And I think that is such a cool idea and option to have. Okay, so now I'm really gonna start some cards with you guys, okay? And this one, I think we decided was a side box card. Okay, so we're gonna start, and I'll put all of the measurements on after I'm done, as opposed to just going through with them. So on this one, you're gonna have, this is Petal Pink cardstock, and it's 4 1/4 by 9 1/2. And we've scored the long side at 9 and 8, 6 1/2, and 5 1/2. Okay, so we're gonna start by putting this piece of basic white on the back of this. And I actually am gonna put this piece of designer series paper on there first, just so that if it is a little bit small or a little bit large, I can trim it. Okay, and this basic white is 5 1/4 by 4, and the designer series paper is 3/4 of an inch by 4. And this is going to go on the outside of your box or your card, so that that's going to be where you write your sentiment. Okay, so here I am already, and I can't find my scissors. See, you guys, did this box help me or did it not? Oh, there they are, right in the box where they should have been. All right, so I'm just gonna trim off that little bit of a edge there. And let's see, this card's gonna go this way. Okay, let me think about this 1 minute here. I think I'm going to set that aside and do it last. Okay, so we have this piece of designer series paper, which is 5 1/4 by 4, and it's going to go on right here. And again, our paper is so gorgeous that you can use whatever side you'd like, and it will all coordinate with each other. So this one is 5 1/4 by 4. We're just going to put that right there. Okay, and then we have a piece that's 1 1/4 by 4, and let's see, that is this one, and it's gonna go right here. Okay, and I'm just kind of, my cardstock was all scored, my paper was all cut, so I am all ready to go. And I think Nancy had something to do with that, and I really appreciate it. Nancy and Arlena, they make it, our make and takes really fun and easy at every meeting by being very prepped for them. Okay. And we're gonna add adhesive to this little 1/2 inch side right here. And I'm gonna add some Stampin' Seal Plus, because that's going to make kind of the tunnel of my card. And I want to be sure it holds nice and tight. So I'm going to put, I always get a little heavy-handed with this. So I have to remember to go lightly with it, okay? And that's going to go right down on the front of my card. So, and I want to make sure that it's going to be even in here. So what I'm going to do is fold my card down like this. Okay, so it's folded right on that scored line. And actually, I'm going to come in and just bring my bone folder in and fold it really. I'm going to give myself a really good crease on these. And I should have probably done that before I started, but. Okay, so I'm going to hold it over like this. Just even there. And then I'm going to kind of push all of my adhesive in. And that's going to give us this little tunnel here. Okay, so you can see that little tunnel there. And I'm actually going to go in and burnish this score line too. Okay, so you can see this is kind of the base of your card. And I'm going to go ahead and put this on the back. Okay, so you're going to have your card and you're going to flip it over and right on the back. And you can just fold that little tunnel flat down. And I just did that so I could make sure I was going to put it in the right spot. I don't know why I grabbed my strong adhesive for that, because you don't really need it. Your Stampin' Seal Plus there. And I'm just going to center that on there. Here we go. Okay, so here's the front of our card. And we have the little die that was already cut for us. I love it. I'm going to use some Memento ink. And just stamp my sentiment. I'm going to actually stamp my sentiment off to the right. And it says, nothing fancy, just love. I'm putting it over towards the right so I can put my flower over here. And I just took a flower from our pattern paper and I fancy cut it. I showed you that piece of paper that I fancy cut it from. And I think I'm going to add some dimensionals there to kind of pop it up. So I'm just going to put 2 or 3 on the back there. I think I'll do 2. And dimensionals add a whole lot of depth to your card. So, and they're very inexpensive. It's a great value, so don't be shy about using them. Just going to take those off. Put them on there like that. Okay, and this is going to be a little tunnel too. I'm going to set those aside for now. And so this piece, let's see. This piece is 3 by 5 and it's scored on the long side at 1/2 inch and 1.5 inches. So I'm going to put, again, I'm going to bring in my bone folder and just really burnish these score lines. I love when this is all done for me. Okay, I'm going to put some Stampin' Seal Plus on here. Okay, and then I am going to put some Stampin' Seal Plus right in here because this side is going to go adhere to the Designer Series paper, and this side is going to go adhere to the Designer Series paper on my tunnel or box part of my card. So I'm just going to put some Stampin' Seal in both of those spots. Now, I want this piece to go right about in here. So I'm going to put that piece down first. And I want to make sure that this card is going to not stick off the edge out here. So I want it to be about right. I'm gonna stick that side down. And then I can again hold it straight like I did for this bottom piece here. Just kind of push my adhesive down and then it comes up. So you have kind of this little kind of two steps there. And I think that's why they call it the side step, because your steps are on the side and they just kind of, but you can see this is going to be a regular card size here. How fun is that? I love this one. Okay, and I have my little flowers here and my designer series paper. So I'm just going to put some regular Stampin' Seal on my DSP. And my card's easier to work with flat like this. So I'm going to put it down flat and center that. And then I think I'm just going to, because I have this one popped up, I'm just going to put that one on there flat. So I'm just going to use my regular Stampin' Seal. Kind of put that, I kind of like it like this. So I'm going to put it that way. Okay. Isn't that fun? And then we're going to bring in some of our, these are opaque adhesive backed gems. And I'm just going to sprinkle some around on here. And I think I'm going to use the white. And I brought over my little, just going to kind of sprinkle them. I usually do groups of 3. And you can put them close together. You can put them right on your words over here. You can put them wherever you want to put them. I'm just going to put mine on like that. Okay, so that's your first fun fold. So your card looks like this, which is really fun. And then you flip it over and you write your message back here. Okay, and again, we called that the side step card. We don't really know what it was. We were just making up names when we were there, which is always fun, right? Okay, and then this next one we'll do really quick. I don't want to have you be here all day, but... And again, they cut all of our paper. I love you guys. Our paper and our dies, everything was cut for us, which is so amazing. It's why I like to go somewhere, because then I get spoiled. I feel like I'm spoiled. So this one is a piece of basic black cardstock that's cut 5.5 by 8.5, and we scored it at 4 1/4. And then we scored it again at 2 1/8. And you can just fold it. You don't have to score it first, but I like to score mine first. And then this piece of designer series paper is 5 1/4 by 4. And it's going to go on the inside of the card. So we're going to build our inside first. And I don't know that this paper has an up or down or a top or a bottom. I'm just going to put mine in like that. And then we're going to take this one and set it right inside there. This is what's really great about those nesting dies, is that we can use them with each other and we can coordinate them with other dies also. Okay, so we're going to put this right in the middle there. And I'm going to use the she put a happy birthday stamp in there and I did not get that out. Let's see where she got that from. Embellishment paper, something fancy. Let's see these die cuts here. There must be a happy birthday in here that fits right in there, right? Yep, there it is. So we're going to use that happy birthday right there. There we go. And I'll just put it on this block here. And I'm gonna again use black ink with this black paper. You can really get away with just using a black ink pad, or you can dress it up if you want to. So I'm just gonna stamp happy birthday on my little, it's almost like a banner that's cut, except it doesn't have the banner edges. They're just kind of angled edges. And I'm just gonna add that on top of my other die cut. Just like that. I'm not sure that that is straight. That is really not straight at all. So I'm just gonna pop it up. There we go, that is much better. Okay, so then we have this piece of designer series paper, which is 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. And we're gonna put it on right here, which is kind of our outside flap. And I'm just gonna make sure I've got it lined up at the top and the bottom where those folds come in. And we don't really want that to stick out there. So we're gonna take this piece, which is 5 1/2 by 2 3/4, and just fold it in half, okay? And then we have another piece of designer series paper. We actually have 2 pieces of designer series paper that are 2 1/2 by 2 1/2. And they're gonna go right on this black piece, one on the front and one on the back. And again, I'm just using regular Stampin' Seal for this because it's strong enough that it's gonna hold it. I'm gonna center them right on the front and then flip it over and center it on the back. And then I'm going to add Stampin' Seal Plus to both of these edges, just because they're going to get a little bit more wear and tear as the card opens and closes. Okay, so I'm going to slide it in under here. I'm going to make sure before I press it down that I'm covering that little piece on the inside. Make sure I'm straight. And then I'm just going to press that down. So your card's going to open like this. Well, let me see what I have done wrong here. It is going to, oh, yep, yeah, it is. It's going to open just like this. Okay? So you have kind of this fun little tab right there. I'm going to put a little, this one is going to have our words on it. And they say, I didn't forget your birthday. I'm just stretching out the celebration. So this is a great belated birthday card. Okay. And we're going to set that right on here. Theoretically, it's going to be just a little off on both edges. So that little kind of point there is kind of going to be your centering guide for this. So, oops, I'm out of adhesive. Okay, so for you guys that don't know how to put a new adhesive in, this is how it goes. You just open it up. I like to take a minute and just clear off all my little goobers here where it's sticky. And then I have a new Stampin' Seal. So you're just going to tear along the little tabs there. And take out your little packet inside. And you're going to have these 2 guides there. And you're going to take these 2 and put them right on top of them. And that's how quick and easy it is. And then this goes right over it again. Okay. I'm just going to get it going. And again, you don't want to put it on this end because you don't want to glue that down, or you won't be able to open up your card. All right, and then we have this beautiful piece of ribbon. This is Pale Papaya Organdy ribbon. And I just take it and put it on top of my snips, put my thumb over it, and do that with it. Hey, Carol, thanks for tuning in. Love the goodies. Yes, there's always a goober that needs to be cleaned, right? I hope you had great holidays. I love the pictures of your new kitty. What a great way to start the new year off. All right, so I'm just going to make a little bow here. And I think I'm going to put it like right. She put hers under a little bit more, and she's wrapped hers around too probably, but I'm going to put mine right there. So I'm going to make them just a little bit smaller. And I didn't bring over a glue dot, but that's what I'm going to use there. And of course, I don't have a glue dot here. That is very weird. Okay, so I'm going to use a little Stampin' Mini Dimensional, and I'll pop my ribbon up just because that is what I have here. So that's what I'm going to use. And I am going to later cut a piece of white cardstock that I'm going to put on the inside of this one, so I can write something on it. So I'm just going to cut my tails here. And I won't make you watch me cut it, but I will take a picture of it. And I am going to also, before I sign off, we're going to add some, I'm just getting myself organized, putting things back where they belong here. I am going to add some of these opaque little guys to it. Okay, so I have my paper snips here. My paper snips, my take your pick tool. And I am just going to add a few of them around these words. And I think I'm going to go with this kind of coral color there. And add one there. These are all the same size. One down here. And wow. Let's try that with the other end and see if I can make it look any harder. I had a tip from a girlfriend today about how when those pop off there, and you get your little glue residue here, you just take that glue and put your piece of cardstock right on top of it. What a great idea. That definitely will help me out, because a lot of times I end up with my glue stuck to this acetate piece instead of where it is supposed to be on the back of my gem. So, okay, so this one is kind of, again, another great little fold to my card. Let's put the toppers back on these. I think I was pretty successful, you guys, other than that one little mishap with my snips. So this one, you're going to open like this, and I'm going to put a piece of white paper right there, and I'm going to cut it 2 1/4 by 2 1/4, because this is 2 1/2 by 2 1/2. And that's where you're going to write your sentiment. So this card is really for somebody where you just want to say, hey, hope you had a great day, love, Chris. So you don't really want to say too much. And if you have somebody you want to say a lot to, you can always put a 5 1/4 by 4 piece of white cardstock back there. I know, aren't they fun, Carol? These were from our team meeting, and they were just perfectly timed for me to do my first live Fun Fold Friday here. She has a goody cruises this morning. I bet she gets you up out of bed and around. Hi, Lori. Thanks for joining us. I'm glad you liked the demo. I will be back the first Friday of every month at lunchtime. I try to do things either early in the morning or at lunchtime, sometimes in the evening, so that everybody, whether they have a job or kids or family, husband, whatever, so that there's a convenient time for everybody. And I do also load these videos onto my YouTube channel. So you can find me at Rubber Room Ramblings on YouTube also with them if you miss them here. So thanks for watching today, everybody. And I wish you a very happy new year. Don't forget the specials, okay? Bye-bye.